The last we discussed the properties of a square numbers and square roots, correct? Then here also we discussing some more ideas. Then we adding a odd number starting with a 1. For example is 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4, correct? And next we adding a successive odd number starting from 1. That one is 1 plus 3 plus 5. Okay, then 1 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 9. And next one, 1 plus 3 plus 5, then after 7 is equal to 16, correct? So now is very clear what is 4. 4 is a square number, correct? 4 is a square number. Why? Because 4 is possible to write as the square of one natural number. Which one that? That one is 2. That means 2 is possible to express as 2 square. Then what is 9? 9 is equal to, is also square, then it's a 3 square. What is 16? 16 is also a perfect square number. That one is the square of 4. Then 4 square is 16. That means we adding a natural number. How to? A successive natural numbers, correct? തുടർച്ചയായി വരുന്ന നാച്ചുറൽ നമ്പേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്തു 1ഉം 3ഉം, നമുക്ക് കിട്ടി 4, അല്ലേ? ആ 4 എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു സ്ക്വയർ നമ്പറാണ്. പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ അടുത്ത ഒരു നമ്പർ കൂടി അതിനോട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തു. ഇതാണത് 5. We adding successive odd numbers starting from 1. That's an important. If we add successive odd numbers starting from 1, then the result must be a square number. Okay, then we check one more idea. Then if we adding 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus what is the next odd number? The next odd number is 9. 9 plus next one is 11 plus 13. Okay, then we stop it here. We adding a successive odd number starting from 1 to 13. അല്ലേ? അടുത്തടുത്തുള്ള തുടർച്ചയായി വരുന്ന ഒരു നിശ്ചിത ഓഡ് നമ്പർ നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. Then what we told, based on this result, if we add successive odd numbers starting from 1, then the result must be a square number, correct? So we just check that is true here. In this case is that is the result is true, the statement is true, that we checking, we just adding. Okay, then 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, we know the result, that result is 16. 16 plus 9, 16 plus 9 is 25, correct? 25 plus 11, 25 plus 11 is 36. 36 plus 13, 36 plus 13 is 49, correct? 49. 49 is a square number. Yes, that is very clear. 49 is the square of 7. So we get the result is the square of one number, that number is 7 square. Okay, that means every square number is possible to write as the sum of successive odd numbers starting from 1. എല്ലാ സ്ക്വയർ നമ്പറിനെയും നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെ എഴുതാൻ വേണ്ടി വരും മക്കളെ? നമുക്ക് തുടർച്ചയായി വരുന്ന ഓഡ് നമ്പേഴ്സിൻ്റെ സമ്മായിട്ട് എഴുതാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റും. If not possible, if any number is not possible to write as the sum of successive odd numbers, then it's very clear that one is not a perfect square number. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു നമ്പറിനെ നമുക്ക് അങ്ങനെ എഴുതാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റുന്നില്ല എങ്കിൽ ആ നമ്പർ എന്തായിരിക്കും? നോട്ട് എ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് സ്ക്വയർ നമ്പർ. അതെന്തായിരിക്കില്ല? ഒരു സ്ക്വയർ നമ്പർ ആയിരിക്കില്ല. Is a square number then surely that one is possible to write as the sum of successive odd numbers. Okay, then we discussing one more idea. This one is 1 plus 3 is a 4. The result is 4. 4 is the square of 2. Correct? 1 and 3 we using. How many odd numbers we using here? 2 odd numbers. The 2 odd number. The number of odd number is 2. Correct? Then the result is 4. That one is 2 square. Then the second example. How many odd numbers we use? We use the 3 odd numbers. 3 odd numbers. Then the result is 9. 9 is the square of 3. Okay, we use 3 odd numbers, the result is 9, then 9 is the square of 3. Here, how many odd numbers we use? We use, yes, 4 odd numbers. തുടർച്ചയായി എത്ര odd numbers നമ്മൾ use ചെയ്തത്? 4, 4 എണ്ണം. Then what is the result? Result is 16. What is 16? 16 is the square of 4. Then how many? In the third example, we use only 4 odd numbers. We use 4 odd numbers. Result is 16. 16 is the square of, yes, 4. Then the last one. How many odd numbers we use here? We use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many odd numbers we use? Yes, the result we use there 7 odd numbers. What is the result? Result is 49. 49 is the square of, yes, 7. Then I think you got the idea behind that. Correct? So, then what is the sum of this? The sum of 1 plus, 3 plus, 5 plus, 7 plus, 9 plus, 11 plus, 13 plus, 15 plus, 17 plus, 19 plus 21. Based on these ideas, how do we find the result of this sum? We adding here some odd numbers, the successive odd numbers starting from 1. Then how do we find the result of this without adding? It's very clear. As based on these ideas, here the 49 is the result. The 49 is the square of 7. Why? Because we use only 7 odd numbers. Here we got the result. Result is 4. Result is 16. 16 is the square of 4. Then what is the relation between 4? Then 4 is the number of odd numbers. Correct? Then here, what is the result? That is very clear. You do not need to add them. Correct? For finding the result, we just count how many odd numbers we use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. How many? We use here 11 odd numbers. Then what is this result? The result is the square of 11. 11 square. What is 11 square? The 11 square is 121. Correct? Then what is the sum of this result? The sum starting from the odd numbers starting from 1 to 21. What is its sum? The sum is 121. Okay? Then this is an idea to find the sum of successive odd numbers starting from 1 without direct addition. Okay, because if we use any odd square number is possible to write as the sum of successive odd numbers starting from 1. എല്ലാ സ്ക്വയർ നമ്പേഴ്സിനെ നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെ എഴുതാം? ഒന്നിൽ നിന്ന് തുടങ്ങുന്ന തുടർച്ചയായ ഓഡ് നമ്പേഴ്സിൻ്റെ സമ്മായിട്ട് എഴുതാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റും. അങ്ങനെ എഴുതാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ അതെന്തല്ല? യെസ്, പെർഫെക്റ്റ് സ്ക്വയർ നമ്പർ അല്ല. ഓക്കെ, ഐ തിങ്ക് യു ഗോട്ട് ദ ഐഡിയ. The next one is, here we know what is the square of 1. The square of 1 is equal to 1. Correct? The square of 1 is equal to 1. What is the square of 2? The next number, 1 after the next number is 2. What is the square of 2? That one is 4. Correct? That one is 4. Then here we just discussing how many numbers, not a square number, how many numbers lies between the square of 1 and square of 2? How many numbers lies between square of 1 and square of 2? ഒന്നിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും രണ്ടിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും ഇടയിലുള്ള എത്ര നമ്പേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനിടയിൽ എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ട്? That is very clear. In between 1 square and 2 square, how many numbers lies between? 1 square is 1 and 2 square is 4. In between, how many numbers we have? We have only two number. The number is 2 and 3. Correct? The numbers in between here 2 and 3. That means how many numbers? How many numbers? In between 1 square. Between 1 square and 2 square, how many numbers? The numbers are 2 and 3. Correct? Therefore, the number of numbers between 1 square and 2 square is 2. Is 2. ഒന്നിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും രണ്ടിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും ഇടയിലും എത്ര നമ്പേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്, എത്ര എണ്ണം ഉണ്ട്? രണ്ടെണ്ണം. They are 2 and 3. Then how many numbers in between 2 square and 3 square? How many numbers in between 2 square and 3 square? We just imagine what is 2 square. 2 square is equal to 4. Then what is 3 square? 3 square is equal to 9. Then how many numbers in between 4 and 9? Is very clear. 5. Then what are they? Yes, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? 8. Then how many numbers? Yes, 4 numbers. 4 numbers. Correct? Then here in between 1 square and 2 square, 2 numbers. In between 2 square and 3 square, 4 numbers. Then how many numbers in between 3 square and 4 square? 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16. Correct? 16. Then how many numbers in between this? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and last one is 15. Correct? In between 3 square and 4 square, how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 numbers. Correct? Here the total is equal to 4 number. Here the total is equal to 5 number. Sorry, 6 number. The 6 number. Then what is the relation of this? How do we find the numbers between the squares of two numbers? അടുത്തടുത്തുള്ള രണ്ട് നമ്പറിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിൻ്റെ ഇടയിൽ എത്ര നമ്പേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളത് എങ്ങനെയാണ് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക? ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ക്ലിയർ. Here the 1 square, we find the squares and numbers in between 1 square and 2 square. That number is equal to 2. Correct? 2 numbers. That is one in between 1 square and 2 square. How many number we have? We have only 2 number. In between 2 square and 3 square, how many number we have? We have 4 number. Then 3 square and 4 square, how many numbers we have? 6 number. Then what is the relation? Yes, it's very clear. We just multiply the first number by 2, then we get the number of numbers between them. അല്ലേ, ഒന്നിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും രണ്ടിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും ഇടയിൽ എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് എത്രയാണ് കിട്ടിയത്? 2 എന്നാണ് കിട്ടിയത്. എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ട്? 2 നമ്പർ. രണ്ടിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും മൂന്നിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും ഇടയിൽ എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ട്? 4 ഉണ്ട്. അല്ലേ, എത്ര ഉണ്ട്? 4 എണ്ണം ഉണ്ട്. 3ൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും 4ൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും ഇടയിൽ എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ട്? 6 ഉണ്ട്. Then what is the relation of this 2 number, 4 number and 6 number? That is very clear. That is the multiplication of 2 by the first number. ആദ്യത്തെ നമ്പറിനെ നമ്മൾ ഏതുകൊണ്ട് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്തതാണ്? 2 കൊണ്ട് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്തതാണ്. That means 1 into 2 is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. 3 into 2 is 6. So how to find the square numbers in between 7 square and 8 square. How many numbers have in between 7 square and 8 square? That is very clear. 7 into 2 is 14. 14 numbers in between 7 square and 8 square. 7 square and 8 square number. Yes, 14 numbers. Okay, that means we generally concluding like this. 2n non-perfect square numbers between the squares of the numbers n and n plus 1. The n and n plus 1 means the first number and just after that. The number just after that. ഒരു നമ്പറിനും അതിന് തൊട്ട് ശേഷം വരുന്ന നമ്പറിൻ്റെയും സ്ക്വയേഴ്സിനിടയിൽ എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ടാവും? ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് 2n number. That means is multiply 2 with the first number. For example, how many numbers we have in between? Okay, how many numbers between the square of the squares of and 9? That means here we need to find how many numbers in between 8 square and 9 square. 8ന്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും 9ന്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും ഇടയിൽ എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ട്, എത്ര നോൺ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് സ്ക്വയർ നമ്പർ ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം. Then how do we find? That is very clear, very easy. Therefore, what is the answer? The numbers between square and 9 square is equal to, how to find? That is 2n. അല്ലേ, n-ന്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും അതിന് ശേഷം വരുന്ന n plus 1. n plus 1 means here, then, just after n. ഇതാണ് n, അതിന് തൊട്ടപ്പുറത്ത് അതിന് ശേഷം വരുന്ന നമ്പർ. അതപ്പോൾ 9 ആണ് n plus 1. Then how to find? That is 2 into n. That is 2 into first number. Then 2 into 8. 2 into 8 is equal to 16. Then how many numbers we have in between 8 square and 9 square? In between 8 square and 9 square we have the number 16. Okay, എത്ര നമ്പർ ഉണ്ടാവും മക്കളെ? 8ന്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും 9ന്റെ സ്ക്വയറിനും ഇടയിൽ നമുക്ക് 16 നമ്പർ കിട്ടും. Okay, I think you got the idea about this. We already discussed almost all the properties of square numbers. Then we go to the next question. The first question is like this. What will be the unit digit of the squares of the following number? ഈ തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന നമ്പേഴ്സിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയർ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചാൽ അത് എൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അതിൻ്റെ യൂണിറ്റ് പ്ലേസിൽ വരുന്നത് ഏത് നമ്പർ ആയിരിക്കും, ഏത് ഡിജിറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും എന്നാണ് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ടത്. Okay, here the question is not asked to find the square of the number. Based on the properties of square number, we just write what is the number, what is the digit is lies in the unit place if we find the square of the following numbers. Okay, so the first we go to the first one. The first number is 13,291. 13,291. Okay, then it's very clear the number, the given number 13291, correct, end with the digit 1. The number is end with the digit 1, then is very clearly we study what is that. If we find the square of this number, the square is end with only the digit 1. Whose squares are end in the digit 1? If the number is end in the digit 1 or 9, then surely the square of that number is end with only the digit 1. Correct? So, how do we write the answer? The answer is very clear, then we concluding. The number is end with the digit 1, therefore the square is end with digit 1. Correct? The square is end with the digit 1. So the next one, what is the next number? Yes, 28,467. 28,467. Correct? 28467. Then is very clear the number is end with the digit 7. The number is end with the digit 7, then we studied. What is that? The square of that number is end only the digit 9. Whose squares are end in the digit 9? That's also studied. How do we study it? Yes, if the number is end digit 3 or 7, then the square must end only the digit 9. Correct? So now is very clear, the number is end with the digit 7. So the square of this number is end only the digit 9. Then how to write the answer? The number is end the digit 7, therefore square is end with the digit 9. Correct? End with the digit 9. Then third one is 385. The 385 means the number is end with the digit 5. The number is end with the digit 5, then very clear, the square of this number is also only end in the digit 5. അല്ലേ, ഒരു നമ്പർ അവസാനിക്കുന്നത് 5 ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയറും ഏതിൽ മാത്രമേ അവസാനിക്കുകയുള്ളൂ? യെസ്, 5 മാത്രമേ അവസാനിക്കുകയുള്ളൂ. Then how you write? Then we write the number is end the digit 5, therefore the square is end with the digit 5. Correct? Then the next one, fourth one. Correct? What is the fourth number? The fourth number is 4864. Correct? The fourth one is 4864. 4864. Then the 4864, 4864, correct? Then it's very clear the number is end the digit 4. If the number is end with the digit 4, the unit place contains the number 4, then the square of this number end in 6. Correct? Whose squares are ends in 6? The numbers contains 4 or 6 in its unit place, then the square is ends only the digit 6. Correct? So how do we write? Then we write the number is ends 4, ends in 4, therefore the square is ends in 6. The square is ends in 6. Then the last one is 73,682. 73,682, the number is ends in the digit 2. The number is ends in the digit 2, then the square is ends in 4. Then whose squares are ends in 4? If the number ends in 2 or 8, the square is ends only the digit 4. Correct? So how to write? The number is ends in 2, therefore the square is ends in 4. Okay, then as like it's possible to find out the unit place digits based on the properties of square numbers. Okay.